of your swings.
They could use some improvement.
You know, as I did the throw, he had the net, TV cameras that he was throwing, same service, using TV and software. I'm trying to see how it's different. What's new there?
What's new with this idea?
Yeah.
So every time you make a swing, it then will give you feedback, and it'll present to you.
That's what that pro was doing right there too.
Yeah, but it gives you feedback for we call pro tips, and then that's where the television will come into place, where it'll give you positive feedback as well as negative feedback. Feedback ranging from good swing speed, you need to turn your hand over a little more, or you're gripping the club too tight, stuff like that. And then with that, we're going to have with an application a way that you can actually look at video on how you can improve that swing issue.
Next, we have Christopher and Joshua, and following them, we'll have Garrett and Manny.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight and supporting us. Our idea is ultimately going to save police officers' lives. My name is Codere. This is my partner, Joshua Hansen. Since 2008, there's been 1,511 police officers killed in this country. 514 of those have been from firearms alone. Our idea ultimately is going to help police officers basically be able to detect if there's weapons in the vehicle that they're about to pull over. In the picture right above, I wish I could have used some Photoshop, but ultimately the science behind it, Josh is going to kind of get into a little bit more, but it's going to use drone technology to be able to detect whether or not there's weapons in the vehicle. Josh is going to kind of touch a little bit more on how that'll work.
Of course, yeah. So what we are making is what's called Guardian, and essentially what we're going to use is a drone, and with this will unlock the technology of using a camera, infrared, and thermal imaging, which will go deployed during a traffic stop over or to the side of a car. With this, we can see if there's anything dangerous in the vehicle and relay that information in real time to the police officer. Along with this level of security, we're also presenting a third-person view. It's kind of like a body camera in a sense. So you will always have ensure the integrity of a police officer and a driver. With that, I would like, if you have anything else, sorry.
No, that was.
My father was a police officer, so he probably would appreciate this, but if you looked into the laws of illegal searches and searches without warrants, and
Right, and
whether
that's,
or not this laws would have to be changed in order for this to be a marketable product.
of course, yeah, laws would have to be changed. What we are giving up in privacy, we're trying to make up more so in safety and security of everybody involved. Any other questions?
Are you considering this to be some type of a that is on outside the vehicle and then it's going to self-dock when it's done, time to settle down or something?
Essentially, yeah, we'd have the power of machine learning to be able to deploy during when a vehicle is stopped, where it will deploy first and then relay information while the police officer is getting ready to get out of their vehicle.
I love the idea. I've got it going, and I'm blown away by the software. I really am, what these things can do. I can just see every time a car stops, you shoot a drone up 50 feet and they see it all. You don't even, really useful. You search for it. They're not searching anything. Yes, they are. No, they're just going 50 feet in.
All right, up next, we've got Garrett and Manny. And following you two, we'll have Marina and Max.
Am I sitting in between?
start. I'm Mandy Bergman.
I'm Gary Young.
And our idea is to have heated football pants. We both play on the football team here at Michigan Tech, and we both have played and practiced in many cold practices, snowing. This morning it was snowing, practicing at 5:30 a.m. So we get up early, practice. No matter what, we live in Holden, it's going to be cold most of the time. So we're out there practicing, playing, and we want to have this idea. So because you warm up in the beginning of practice, in the beginning of the game, you're warm and you're ready to go. But then you sit around sometimes because offense could be out there, or you're just taking a break in practice. You're sitting out there in cold and your hands are cold and everything. Sometimes you have hand warmers, which is fine, but your legs are getting very cold and it's not good for your muscles and your joints. So we want to create this to turn on the switch in your pants to keep your legs warm so you can be ready to go and perform at your highest ability. This is definitely able for football teams all over, like college, high school, NFL even, so that's what I really have there.
This is important for the players because you have to layer up. I mean, out here it takes so much to get warm and just takes so many layers, and it's very uncomfortable and restricting. So this will be able to have the athletes perform better, not worry about that. I mean, some people wear wetsuits underneath to stay warm. And then on top of this could lead into other markets for like hiking, skiing, anything, because no one likes layering up, and it's just very uncomfortable to be in that. So, yeah. I mean, there's some jackets that are like that, and we're not engineers, we're gonna figure it out. But I like a Milwaukee jacket that's gonna be similar, so it'd just be something like that. Could be in the pants and a hand warmer, and with the wiring. It'd have to be lightweight and obviously not restricting, but it'd be something like that.
I've driven by in 20 below temperatures where the Michigan Tech students are playing blue ball. They're wearing Bermuda shorts. What's the difference between them and the football team?
They're a different breed than us.
They were using a backpack cape before.
You need a sense of humor if you're going to be successful. You pass with A+.
All right, coming up next, we got Marina and Max, followed by Robert Erikson.
Hello, I'm Marina. And we're going to present to you today on a parking app for Michigan Tech. So to start off, I just want to have you visualize something. So pretend that you're driving to campus and you're running late for either class or work. And you're looking for a spot in the lot that you parked at, looking everywhere and you don't see a spot. So what do? You drive to the next lot and look for a spot again. So by this time you're running really late. So wouldn't it be a great idea if you had something that could make it so that you save a lot more time, so you're not driving around from lot to lot and you can find a spot right away. So that's where the problem comes in. So at Michigan Tech, parking during busy hours can be really hard to find a spot. Looking for spots can be stressful, it can take a lot of time, make you late for class, make you late for work, and it can even cause you to be late.
So we came up with a solution to this problem. Our idea is to use infrared counters, which will be a cheaper alternative to using parking gates. These counters will track when cars enter and exit the parking lots and will send the data to our app. Within this app, you'll be able to view where open parking spots are, you'll be able to pay for metered parking, and you will receive notifications based on popular parking trends. Thank you.
I just have a question. Did you know that in the audience amongst the judges here is the CEO of a company that builds parking apps?
No. We do infrastructure, and we're looking for application parts.
All right.
Do you guys have any questions?
Oh, wait. What do you have? I was going to ask where you get your data, and how do you know if somebody is valid to be in that lot? So you have to have permits, right? How do you know if somebody's not permitted?
So traditionally at Michigan Tech right now, we just use a normal permit system. So we have something that hangs on your windshield. We would still use that. So there wouldn't be an indication of whether they're supposed to be in that lot or not. Traditionally, they have someone that goes around and checks to make sure that people are in the lot.
So you
This would
Yeah,
just
so-
help them find a spot,
Yeah.
regardless if they're legal or illegal.
Yeah, it would just add a convenience, because I know a lot of students and sometimes faculty are late for work or for classes, because they drive around the lots.
What if the lot's starting to fill up and you're still 20 minutes away, you're gonna do anything analytics? See if what happens to fill up before you get there?
Yep, so we actually planned on having some built-in analytics, so it would be based on trends. So obviously it would take a little bit of time to build up, but once it does build up the analytics, it would be able to predict trends, so which times are usually busy and when you would have to leave. And it would also give you notification when to leave to get a spot that you wanted.
Awesome. Right now, we've got Robert Erikson ready for you, and after Robert, we're gonna have Laura and Tolupe. Could have used
So by a show of hands, who here can explain blockchain? Alright, so I see that as a huge issue with today's society because blockchain, for me and for a lot of people, is the future of decentralized information sharing. And that's just very apparent to people that know about it, and even people that don't really understand it. And the whole bridge that I'm trying to get, or the gap that I'm trying to bridge rather, is the difference between experienced investors and just investors alike that don't have a lot of, maybe not have a lot of capital to start off with, or maybe do, but just don't really understand blockchain, or in particular, digital